Hi, as you know, I've been working on my girlfriend's PlayStation 4. I replaced the Blu-ray and I replaced the hard drive with a smaller hard drive. Now what I'm doing is I'm going through, I gave this system a complete hard boot reset. Now you're probably going, how do I do that? Alright, to get this to actually pick up any game so far and get them to play, these here are the games I have tested. I've got these games to play. Now these over here I'm still working on. Monster Hunter World Iceborne will not pick up at all. Tells us Zestria will not pick up. I am trying to install Horizon Forbidden West right now. Dragon Age Inquisition. These games are not working, period. But I did get these other games to work. That's Final Fantasy 15, Dragon Quest 11, Tales of Berseria, Dragon's Dogma, Dark Horizon, Bloodborne, Tales of Arise, I did get to work. Tales of Vesperia, Horizon Zero Dawn, I got to work. Dark Souls 3, yes it works. The Witcher 3 works. And Neverwinter Nights Enhanced Edition works. Now, if your system did the same thing that this is doing, the eject button still does not work. So, it is a software update, a firmware update. It is really bad. Now, if it breaks your system like it did hers, where it will not read any disk, there's something you can try. Now, here's what I did. Before I talk about that, I am reformatting her hard drive again. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm making this as a EX FAT right here. And you can see, this is going to literally take hours. I have been doing this since probably about 10:30, 11 o'clock this morning, and it's already 3:43 p.m. and it is nowhere near done. This is how long it takes to literally format a 1 terabyte hard drive. So, you know, if you're going to do this, it's going to take a while. Now let's get back to what I did. First thing I did is I unplugged the power cord. Then I held the power button down for 30 seconds and released it. Then I took out the hard drive. As you can see, I still have the side off. Plugged the power cord back in. Started it. Now it's going to say you can't do this, nothing, blah, blah, blah. I can't do anything. So what I did was I shut it down, restarted it without the hard drive in it, and then once it restarted and it said it can't do this, I gave it a hard boot, which means I jerked the power cord and I let it set. You can leave it set for 10, 15, 20 minutes. Then I plugged the power cord back in. I plugged the hard drive back in, and I went and made a little USB with the system on it. More or less just the operating system for the PS4. And then I went ahead and I put it in here. I went to safe mode. And I rebuilt the database. Now, me doing that, it did absolutely start picking up some of these discs that it would not pick up. Like I said, it will not pick up all of them. Out of her 15 games, 4 of these either will not pick up at all. This one will not pick up. This one will not pick up. And this one will not pick up at all. You put the disc in, you get that bullshit crap that whatever, can't read the disc or whatever the hell it says. And unsupported. Now it says unsupported. Now here's the thing, on Horizon Forbidden West, this is a 2-disc thing. Ah crap, the power's gonna go out, I can already tell. I heard thunder. This is 2 discs. The first one's the install disc. The second one is the game disc. Now, I'm going to go up here and go to notifications and show you downloads. This has to download the data on the disk, and all this data is like 100 and something gigabytes. This has been going for quite a while. Now this is just the install disk. The install disk goes from here to here. That's it. Then I have to put in the game disk, which is the data disk, and that goes from here to here. I am looking at least 8 hours to install this game. Alright. Now, I do have a smaller hard drive in here, of course. I told you that. So when I get a game working, I delete it off the hard drive, except for pretty much one game, which is Tales of Arise. I do want to leave that on there. I will leave a couple games on here in case her hard drive does end up going out. She'll have some of her favorite games. I will have Tales of Arise. If I can get Horizon Forbidden West to actually start, then that'll be great. Because here's the thing, I actually had it loaded once before yesterday, but the game, as soon as I put the game disc in, it said it would not, it said unsupported. So I am redoing that. I deleted all the data from the game, from this hard drive. I deleted extra space on this hard drive, and I'm going to see if I can get it installed and if it will start. If it will start, that means only 3 of her games are unsupported. Those 3 right there. If it will not start the game, that means 4 out of her 15 games literally, well, like 4 out of them won't start. Now, this is a lot of money for these damn games. Tales of Arise was like 50 bucks just by itself. This game was purchased last month for her birthday. This game is a must. I had to get this one working. Yesterday, when I put the disc in, before I did a hard reset on this, it would not read the game. Today, not only did it read the disc, but it started the disc. Now, I do have updates completely turned off on this machine. No automatic updates whatsoever. I actually have to do any updates manually, and that includes the game updates. So, no automatic updates are on here. Because once I get this thing working to where she can at least play some of her stuff, you know, like now, I will not allow Sony to brick her system again. Now, the sad thing is, I have spent 3 days working on this damn PlayStation 4. I've replaced the Blu-ray and the hard drive. And I've went through every single one of these games and installed them one at a time on a 320 gig hard drive. So anytime a game installed and started and played, I would have to go in here and delete it from the hard drive to have room for the next game. I have tested all these games. All of them will work. All of them will play. These 4, I'm not sure. I know these 3 here will not even pick up. The disc says unsupported. So the PlayStation is not up to par right now, but at least it's playing something. This game, it takes so long to install it. And if I can get this game to install and work, she really likes this game. I did get the first Horizon. I got Zero Dawn installed, and it will play. You know, actually, a lot of these games she does not play. She does not like some of them. She doesn't like Bloodborne, Dragon's Dogma, Neverwinter Nights, or Dark Souls 3. She doesn't like Dragon Age and Inquisition, so that's not a big deal. Now, these 2 games she really liked, but they will not install. So, there's not much I can do about that. And if I can't get this one installed, She really does like this game. In fact, she's was playing this game, Forbidden West, until her Tales of Arise came in. And since this was her birthday present, she wanted to play it. So I don't think she ever completed this game. As you can see, it's going to take a while just for the data part of the data disk, the install disk. And then I have to put in all of that. So I'm looking at 8 hours. But if your system's doing what hers did, for out of the blue, it stopped reading the disk. It said unsupported, unsupported, unsupported. After a PS4 firmware update from Sony, then you can try this. Get you a flash drive, download the version of firmware you have. Do not go up. If you have an older system with an older firmware, find that firmware and download it. Do not update your firmware, especially to 9.60. That is a mistake. But first thing you do, make your flash drive, put it in. There's various ways that various different sites that tell you how to make this. You have to make a PS4 folder, then an update folder on the inside of the PS4 folder, and then in that update folder you have to put the firmware. There's various things, that show you how to do this, and it's pretty easy, but make sure you get the right firmware for your system. And like I said, it took me 3 days literally working on this, replacing stuff, and I have to go through all this again because I am reformatting her hard drive again. This time I'm making it exFAT instead of FAT32, and I want to see if that will help the games run any better if it's on exFAT with MBR, not GTP or whatever it is. So, but anyway, that's how I got this thing to pick up some of these games, at least some of them. I turned it on. I have my USB ready. Turned it on. Guess what? Nothing. It will not read. Pulled out the hard drive, unplugged it. Well, I unplugged it, pulled out the hard drive, held down the power button for 30 seconds or so, plugged it back in, turned it on, nothing. And what I did was I did that like 3 or 4 times, and every time it said it would have to be shut down because it cannot start, I shutted it down. Then I put the hard drive back in, plugged it back in, made sure it's plugged in, turned it on. Then I literally jerked the power cord. So, and once I did that, after I did that, I took my PS4 firmware right there on that flash drive, plugged it in here, and I did the whole system thing on it through safe mode. And that actually helped make this to read some of her discs when this would read none of them. I will keep working on this. Hopefully I can get at least this one to work, because I have to go through all this again with every single one of these games that she likes. Once that drive is completely reformatted again, I will put it back in here, reinstall the system software, which is the firmware, the system software, and I'll make sure to install all these games that work and I can get running on that drive. So it was not the hard drive, it was not the Blu-ray, and that ticks me off because those things are not cheap. It was the firmware update from Sony that bricked the system and made it not read any of these games. I hope this helps somebody out. This is what I had to do. I will show you. Um, you can see it's installing. It's updating. I will show you exactly what I have in here. That's the hard drive I have in here right now. I mean, that's it. And if I go here, I only have 34 and 5.5 gigs left. I will have to delete something in here because Horizon Forbidden West will not install with this short, small amount. Now, I don't know what the other is. I believe that is where it's putting the files for installing. But if you look at this, I do not have enough room, really, to install this game. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to delete Dragon Quest. Dragon Quest. And that way, hopefully, it has enough room to install this one. And this is what I've been having to do. See, now there's only 65.48 gigabytes. Hopefully that's enough room. If not, I will have to go in here and delete one of these, which is Horizon Zero Dawn or Tales of Arise, and Tales of Arise stays. As you can see, that's going to take up a lot of room. Alright, anyway, maybe this will help somebody out. This is what I did. Like I said, these 4 games still are not working correctly. These 3 games, unsupported disc, there's nothing I can do about that. It does have a brand new Blu-ray drive installed, and it has another hard drive installed, so it can't be anything on the hard drive, and it can't be the Blu-ray. It is 100% in the system software, and that is a firmware update from Sony. And apparently they have screwed up a lot of systems in the past few years with their damn updates. And we're just the latest victim. $400 for a machine, and then all the money for all these games. Yeah, my girlfriend was not happy. So I've been spending 3 days literally working on this. This is the only way I have figured out how to get some of her discs to pick up. In your case, you may have to completely wipe out the hard drive and just completely reformat the hard drive and then start over from scratch to get any of your games to work. But hopefully it works for you. That's it. I'm fixing to go. Anyway, you can do a hard reset. Make sure there's no disk in there. Take out the hard drive. Unless, you know, you're more than welcome to leave it in there. But I personally took it out, did a reset, you know, started it, stopped it, started it, stopped, start, stop. Then did a hard reset, which I just unplugged it. Then I put the hard drive back in, started it. Then I did a hard reset again. Then I put my flash drive with the system software in. Then I restarted it in safe mode, which you have to hold the power button down. You'll hear it beep after about 7 or 10 seconds, depends on your system. And then you release that, hit your button, and it'll bring up safe mode. Then I went ahead and I reinstalled basically the system software. And that's how I got it to somewhat work on some of her games. Like I said, if this doesn't work, I will have spent 8 hours installing this one game. But the last time I installed it was yesterday, and I thought I'd give it a try today. I installed the game. I installed the the data, the installation disk. I installed the game disk. I installed all the updates. And when I put the game disk in, it said unsupported disk. So I'll have to see what happens with that. Anyway, I hope this helps you out. If you have a PlayStation 4 that has crashed, or they bricked it, or is not reading your discs, that's what I had to do just to get some of her discs to read and play. Now these discs over here don't just read. The game actually starts and they actually play. I've checked every single one of these. Yesterday, none of these discs would actually really read, and the ones that would read would not play. And like I said, these right here, I'm still working on. I'll be pissed if I can't get all her games to work, because some of her games are only a couple months old. And like this one is like 2.5 months old for this one game. It is literally brand new. So yeah, if I can't get it to work, I'll be pissed. She'll be pissed. Thanks, Sony. Alright, but anyway, this is an update on this. I will probably do a video within a week or so on my 12 volt fridge. We'll see. We have had thunderstorms every day, and I really don't want to stick it outside. Anyway, that's it. Everyone have a good one. Bye.